Hey everyone, it's Lindsay with The Creative Arrow, and today I wanted to go through another art journal tour. This is my second art journal, and this is out of a old planner. Being a teacher, we get a planner every year, and I really loved the cover of this one, so I actually repurposed it by cutting out the inside and then using twine to create, here you can see it right here, using twine to create my own book binding, and then I added scrapbook paper and all kinds of other stuff to add as my pages. So I'm going to go through this one by one through each design and page, and we'll go from there. So this first kind of cover page, I wanted to keep it fairly simple, so it's got some collaging, some music sheets, a little bit of painting on top, and then magazine and scrapbook stuff. And then this is actually a little piece of art from one of my students, so I just kind of keep it hidden in here. It's kind of cute. This is another collage, and this has magazine pages in it and cutouts, and then a little bit, I actually did like a weaving technique back here. You can't really see it super well, but with magazines and more music pages. This is a poem, The Phoenix and the Turtle by William Shakespeare, and then I did a little magazine collage on this side. This was a huge theme for me right now, is collaging. And then I actually just took white paint over this, so it's got texture to it. You can't really feel it, but I can. And then I drew a kind of quick little ink drawing of a girl in here, and I incorporated some of the design from the scrapbook papers for tattoo. Some of these might be sticking a little bit. This is kind of a representation of each one of my family members, including myself, my husband and my daughters, and their heart flowers. This is one that I did with acrylics for December. I think I did like a 12 days of December challenge. I do that every year, so if anybody ever wants to join that. And these are more just from that 12 days of December. I think this one was red, this one was Santa, this was Christmas cookies, and it's just like scrapbook paper in the back with acrylics on top. I think this one was silver and gold, and this one was either sweater or cozy, but this is marker and pen and ink. Christmas tree and acrylics. And then we're into January, and I did do a little bit of a challenge in January as well. I think this is either a motto or a quote of some sort. This one's really fun. I did one called, I think the theme was Love Me Tender. So this has a whole bunch of little scrap pieces that you kind of peel back, and each one unveils a quote or like something I love about myself. A little bit of self-love here, lots of washi tape to hold them all down, but that one was just kind of like a really fun little reveal. This one I did based off of my daughter Emmy. She was born that April, so we were very blessed to have her. And then just another kind of like little quote or theme that I wanted to do for January of that year. This is based off of Georgia O'Keeffe, so I have some of her paintings in here. This is lyrics from a song, Carry You. This is more lyrics from a song. I couldn't decide on which song lyrics I wanted to do, but I did do scrapbook paper to go with the lyrics, and then a little bit of like watercolor wash in the background. This is kind of like a little bit of a self-portrait of me. And then again, Valentine's Day. These are my Valentines, my forever Valentines. A little bit of like a Zentangle pattern with just scrapbook paper collaging on that. And then this was a little bit of playing around with like brush markers and brush pens. More collaging. And I like to add just like little, sometimes it's my own words as well, just some text to go along with images. So we're into March, and I've mentioned this before. In March, I need to do spring things. So I did tulips, and I actually have a tutorial of this on my YouTube channel. It's one of the very first videos I did. It's, you know, it's a little rough, but it's a beautiful, beautiful painting. So more collaging, first day of spring, really wanting those bright colors, really wanting all those flowers. I also did a Whimsical Faces challenge this year in 2023, and that was done by Ivana. She does the Artful Haven. It's another great resource for art journaling and any kind of like art stuff. So you're gonna see some of those things in here. A little pocket with just some things. These are from one of my best friend's wedding coming up. And then this is some of that practice from the Whimsical Faces challenge. That was day 2. So I just kind of keep those things tucked in here. Oops, let me get it kind of in here. And then this little person here is actually another little piece for my student. My students give me a lot of artwork as well. So I like to incorporate those. This is, once we finished the Whimsical Faces challenge, we had to create whimsical faces. So this is one that I created. Here's some of the challenges. We had to do eyes, different shapes of lips, and then, ooh, that popped off right there. Whoops, gonna have to reattach that maybe. This is a little fun page. Let me show you this. So it opens up here, and then since my tab popped off, I have to do it this way. It also opens up like this. So I incorporated some magazine stuff, and then I had to finish off, I think this is Jennifer Aniston's eyes, so I gave her some hair and some flowers. And so it opens up that way, and then it also just opens this way. So these are more of those whimsical faces, again from Artful Haven. And then this is like the background page from that. So it's a little tricky on this one, but I kind of like the interactive aspect. More from the Whimsical Faces. And then these are eye practices that I did, more Whimsical Faces. And then this is something I got from my friend in the mail, so I added that. I wrote a little poem about spring because it's March and we still want spring. This one's kind of a fun little collage. We have this magazine cut out here, and so it kind of is a little interactive. And then I added my own little text, some acrylics to go with that. This is one where I had to do like notans. You had to come up with some fun words, choose some of the words, and then do a couple different like quick study practices, and you had to choose your favorite composition from the quick studies. And well, there's one more piece. This is the other piece. Practice some of them in color, and then choose your favorite one from that, which I chose this one. And then you had to take that one and turn it into I'm getting mixed up, the piece of art. So this is the piece of art that I created, and then those were like all the little fun things that came along with it. Another little pocket. This was a black and white study of that notan that I chose. Again, all of that was watercolor, and then just some quick things from that school year. I had lots of pockets in this one. This was just an acrylic kind of abstract study. This was from when I went, I was invited by my friend to the Eras tour concert in Kansas City, and so I did a whole little page while I was up there, very inspired by the whole show, like absolutely enamored. So I did kind of a little thing from each one of her albums for that. Create, Share, Repeat, that's just kind of like words that I like to live by, and I just did some doodling and stuff behind it. So these stuck together because I used Mod Podge for my collages. I don't really do that a whole lot anymore just because of the sticking. But there's just a collage of a bunch of different things. This is an envelope we got from a friend, and so I just kind of hid a little poem that I wrote really quickly for my daughter. So that is in there. And then we're getting close to the end. Whew. This is 2 pieces of scrapbook paper that I ripped down the middle and then glued on the edges, and then I just kind of filled the inside with some pen and ink flowers, added a little bee sticker, and then we're on to September. And I've got one more little pocket here in the back, and I actually like kind of sewed part of that, and it's just got a couple of little like cute things that I found and like to stick there. So this one, as you can see, is still an incorporation of a lot of different techniques. I did a lot more collaging in this one than I did with my first one, and I really kind of went off of more of my own ideas as opposed to looking at what other people did. But it was still really helpful to start off getting inspired by other people's ideas and designs and doing those things first. That way I could get into this one and create it my own. So I created the whole art journal, and I created all the pages inside from a lot of my own ideas and techniques. And then just a couple of studies from other people, so like the whimsical faces and stuff like that. So that is my second completed art journal. And I think this one, yeah, it's 2023. Started it in 2022. So this was kind of a year in the making. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you would like me to do more of these videos. I do still have 5 to 6 more art journals that I can go through. Let me know what some of your favorite techniques were, what you would like to see more of. But really, thank you so much for joining me. I've loved being here and going through my second art journal with you. I hope you have a great day. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!